Hello and welcome back. Excuse me. Hello and welcome back to the Rich Alvarez Show. I am your host, Rich Alvarez. If you're wondering, hey, why isn't he going to talk about Game of Thrones today? The finale was last night. I did that video. It was a separate video that I uploaded earlier as a standalone video because I'm really tired of putting spoiler warnings in the Rich Alvarez Show because I feel like that, people are like, and then they don't check out this show, and I really want the Rich Alvarez Show to grow, and I want you to be able to enjoy it without worrying about spoilers. So today we're gonna talk about something spoiler free, which is the new Aladdin movie by Disney, the remake, the live action, Will Smith. So the first of the reactions are in. People are seeing this movie and they are posting just quick little non-spoiler tweets. They've been seeing them at press screenings, and I assume the world premiere. And again, when a movie studio allows you to react on Twitter, it's a very quick, just like 2 or 3 sentences. That's all you're allowed to do, and then you're not allowed to spoil anything. I don't know why that took so hard to explain, but basically people are saying like, oh, you know what, I had really low expectations of this movie, but then I saw it and it was actually like pretty good, I'm not going to read off a bunch of the Twitter because they're basically all the same. People, because they were like me, they saw the trailer and they're like, well, that doesn't look as good as the cartoon. But then they watched the movie and they were like, there was a lot of surprises there, and we were expecting, this to be crap, and it's actually really good. So that leaves me with a lot of optimism here because I think that I was kind of feeling disappointed about what I've been seeing in the trailers. I'm still, even if this Aladdin movie turns out to be good, I am still way more excited for The Lion King. I've always been a bigger Lion King fan than Aladdin fan anyway. I mean, when I was a little kid, they were pretty close, but as I got older, I really grew to enjoy The Lion King more for whatever reason. I enjoyed the Kimba ripoff. Look up the Kimba conspiracy; it's a real thing. But So I didn't not like Aladdin. I've always liked Aladdin. I just didn't like it as much as I liked The Lion King. So I'm just, because the Aladdin remake and the Lion King remake are both coming out this year, I've been much more looking forward to the Lion King remake. Will it be as good as the original cartoon? Probably not. I did not think that the Beauty and the Beast remake was as good as the cartoon. I don't care what my parents say. They didn't, they were too old to appreciate the cartoon when it came out anyway. But the Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon, still the superior version. I like the cartoon more than the Broadway version still. So, maybe I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I have got my nostalgia goggles on. I don't care. To me, again, anyways, long story short, I do hope that this film surprises me and, it makes me love the movie, but could I like it more than I like the original? There's pretty much no way. Take that as it were. But it sounds like we're not going to get the total pile of crap that some of us were worried about. Just that little clip they released of the Prince Ali song where they're just like dancing in the street, just like looks so anticlimactic. It looks like a very bad community theater dance. So I don't know. Maybe they cut it differently in the final movie. I don't know, but that was what was disappointing to me. Let's see here. I'm going to go to some live questions now because I feel like it. Let's see. Tarab Abbas says, I don't think it'll be as good as the cartoon. Yeah, I agree. There's pretty much no way that it can be as good as the cartoon. I appreciate that Will Smith is trying to do something different with the genie, but could he be better than Robin Williams? There's absolutely no way. But again, some of these reactions say that he does a pretty good job of just kind of being something a little bit different. So I don't know. We'll see. Electric Shock Gaming says the trailer is pretty weird. Yeah, the trailers have not been great, and that was what led to us kind of being concerned about the movie in the first place, was that it just didn't look great. But apparently, these reviewers are saying, don't worry about that. It's better than the trailers made it look. So, I don't know. You can trust them, or guess what? You can see it for yourself. Darkness Cosmics says, honestly, I would prefer Disney movies and video game movies not be live action. I think you mean. They never get good rep. Oh, Johnny. It's Johnny, by the way. Johnny from my Discord. Yeah, I think Beauty and the Beast is probably the highest acclaimed out of all of the live action remakes so far, and even I'm telling you, I didn't think it was as good as the cartoon. I mean, are we really expecting any of these remakes to be better than the cartoons? Like, obviously they're being remade because they know they can make money off them because we loved the original so much. Of course, if there's one Disney cartoon that could be better, maybe the original Rescuers, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you do that in live action with the mice and everything. I don't know. They're doing Lion King. The Rescuers Down Under, though. That's my jam. That's some good movie right there. Hockey Song says, what's funny is that I never was interested in Disney cartoon films when I was a kid. How interesting. Does that mean that you enjoy them now? Maybe you just didn't see enough of them when you were younger. Or maybe you didn't care. I don't know. Adam from Florida says, I saw a sneak peek at Disney and it looked really good in comparison to the trailers. Yep. Awesome. Glad to hear it. That's what we're hearing, is that the final film is much better than what we saw in the trailers. What trailer house are they paying to make their trailers for them? Because it's terrible. Is it the same trailer house that does all the Sony movies and gives all the stuff away? I swear, whatever trailer house that Marvel Studios uses, I think Marvel Studios actually might make their trailers in-house, which would be smart, but I know not every studio can do that. But I think that if they are using a trailer house, that trailer house should get all the projects. Or, hey, you can hire me to do it. I'll do a good job, I promise. Morning Coffee Run, hello Archie, says, it's difficult because animation and live action are two very different mediums. It's not really a matter of which one is better, because the animated one has its own magic, so will the live action one. Yeah, that's a very optimistic and very good thing. Like, what a thing to say. No, it's true. It's like you're never going to capture the magic of the animation because the animation is kind of its own. It's completely different. The way we view animation as a medium, people, can defy logic, defy gravity, and just defy physics, gravity. But in live action, where it's, much more grounded, and so I feel like there's that pressure there to change the story to make it more real and grounded, So, it's two completely different things, and I guess what Morning Coffee Run is saying here is that we shouldn't, it's almost like we shouldn't completely compare the two, but of course, comparing the two is going to be inevitable since the cartoon came first. But yes, very good insight, Morning Coffee Run. Anthony A. says, Grumpy Cat recently died, and I still miss her terribly. It's off topic, but I do want to give a moment of silence for Grumpy Cat. She will be missed by us all. 5 seconds. Thank you, Grumpy Cat, for all of your meme work over the last several years. I didn't care quite much for your Christmas special movie, but Aubrey Plaza did an excellent job voicing you. Cheers to Grumpy Cat. Morning Coffee Run again says, granted the live action trying to capture the animated movie magic is always a little sketchy sometimes. Yeah. Darkness Cosmics comes back with my favorite Disney film cartoon-wise, when I was younger, was the Lilo and Stitch 1, 2, and Leroy and Stitch. Interesting. I've never seen anything past the original, and even then, I gotta admit, out of all the Disney cartoons, Lilo and Stitch, I think, is the one I haven't seen the whole movie of. I believe I've seen 75% of it, like, coming in and out of people watching it. I've never sat down and watched the whole thing. I'm sorry. But what I've seen of it, I like. Adam from Florida says, how well do you think it'll do at the box office? You think it's going to stop Avengers from topping the box office? Well, that's very interesting to bring up, because I'm not like a big fan of bringing up stats and like the box office numbers like Collider does, and I do like watching Collider for those reasons, but I will say that, so Avengers Endgame, I believe it was number one at the box office for 3 weeks, and then this was its fourth weekend. It actually didn't top the box office this weekend. The number one movie at the box office this weekend, in Avengers' fourth weekend, was John Wick 3's first weekend. So John Wick Chapter 3 was actually number one at the box office this weekend. So Endgame has already been topped at the box office. It only has, I think, like 175 million to go before it tops Avatar's all-time worldwide record, and I would very much like it to hit that number, but because it's slowing down, I think it only made like 30 million this weekend, at least in the U.S. I'm starting to feel pessimistic that it's not going to hit that number, which is really disappointing because Avatar has had that near 3 billion record for over 10 years or almost 10 years now, and frankly doesn't deserve it at all. But I do think Aladdin will be number one at the box office this next weekend, which will be its opening weekend. There's no doubt that it'll be number one at the box office. But will it have legs? Will it continue to make money? Really depends on how good the movie is. So we will see. Let's see here. Tronicon says, just my opinion, I feel as you should not want to look too much like you want money, and making a lot of Disney movie remakes in 2 years does not help, but that's what I think. He says, also, hi, I am new. Hello, Tronicon. Welcome to the Rich Alvarez Show, where all of your dreams come true. Just kidding, but welcome. Yeah, I think what you meant was, unless I'm misreading this, do you mean like they're making too many? I did think that Dumbo, Aladdin, and Lion King was probably too many in 1 year. So if you're talking about how they're just making too many remakes, then I agree. I think they should do no more than 2. Doing 3 was too much. And let's face it, did anybody really care for the Dumbo remake? All right. Let's see here. Electric Shock Gaming says, I've been here since the Stupid Mario Brothers. Well, congratulations, you've been here for a long time. Thank you. Tronicon says, well, new to watching your live streams. Oh, okay, well, welcome to live streams. Twisted Dark Joey says, his name is Twisted Dark Joey, 2004. Wow. He says, how you doing, Rich Alvarez? I'm doing good. But I think that's going to... that's going to wrap it up for today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Aladdin. The fun thing about the Rich Alvarez Show here is that it could be as short as 10 minutes or as long as an hour. Just depends on how many things I want to talk about and how long I want to talk about them for. Well, guys, if you missed my Game of Thrones finale review, that's already up on the channel. If you guys would like to see Wake Up Jax, Wake Up Jax is back. It's going to be every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is for members only, so you'll have to hit that join button down there to become a member of the Rich Alvarez channel. There will also be a monthly fun and games kind of live stream, as well as a monthly Q&A based on Stupid Mario lore this month, and I think I'll probably do this in about a week and a half. There will be a Q&A where I talk to you guys about the lore and mythology of the Darkness, where he came from, what was he doing between Stupid Mario Bros. And Plumber Knight, all that great stuff. Members only, so hit that join button. Of course, you don't have to be a member to enjoy the Rich Alvarez Show or any of our comedy sketches or the regular stuff we do on the channel. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the Rich Alvarez Show. I'm Rich Alvarez. You've all been great. And let me find the end stream button. All right, there we go. Bye, guys.